I had the honor and the pleasure of working closely with Madeleine Albright in Kosovo for many, many years. And one of the things that all the political parties in Kosovo share the embrace of the United States. I have often said that you can go around the world and Americans are not welcomed as much any place as they are in Kosovo. Secretary Albright and I are honored to have streets named after us. People in Kosovo love the United States, are really really want to be part of it. Unfortunately, we talk about dictators. Kosovo, those of you that know what happened, it came out of Serbia. And right now in Serbia, we have Mr. Vučić, who runs Serbia with an iron fist and is doing all kinds of things to undermine democracy in Kosovo by trying to get countries that have recognized Kosovo. It's something like 120, 125 countries to try to get them to de-recognize Kosovo, trying to make all kinds of trouble. And even what's very troubling is having the United States seem to side with Mr. Vučić and making it hard. We just had an election in Kosovo, and the United States now seems to be backing away from the bipartisan commitment that we've had in subsequent administrations, starting with Clinton, but Bush, and then going on. So I just wanted, Madeleine, if you could comment on the events going on in Kosovo right now, because it is Kosovo is a free and independent country, but you know, the dictatorship of Mr. Vučić, and I would call it a dictatorship, tries to undermine the freedoms in Kosovo. So I'm wondering if Secretary Albright can comment on the recent events in Kosovo, how she sees them, and what we ought to be doing as Americans about them.
But from NDI's perspective, just to say that we have an extraordinarily active presence in both, in Serbia, and working with civil society to try to ensure that the government is listening to civic voices, even as Vučić grabs more power, as we're seeing in the COVID-19 crisis. And in Kosovo as well, we were working with the parliament, with young people. You know, we're not getting involved in geopolitics. I think part of this is what you're suggesting. Madeleine, are you on? No. But, you know, our perspective is we want to ensure that Kosovars have full ability to chart their own future and are not coerced by neighbors. But I think Madeleine wants more to say.
And there's a lot of coercion going on now, unfortunately, and we seem to be either acquiescing to it or joining it. I don't quite get it, but.
Yeah, we're trying to link young people among the different Balkan countries and throughout Central and Eastern Europe so they can talk across ethnicities, across boundaries, and get past the history of the past 20, 25, 30 years. It's a major initiative that we do at NDI. We do this in partnership with IRI through something called the European Democracy Youth Network, EDEN.
So let me thank you for asking that question, because I do think that Kosovo was something that we all worked on in a bipartisan way for many years, and supported the fact that they could and should be an independent country. And as you noted, we were there for the end of to celebrate the end of the war. I have never been to a country that has been so visibly grateful to the United States, with hundreds of American flags and people cheering and really wanting to be a part, to be an independent country and to be able to be a part of the international system. What has happened, unfortunately, I think that there are questions about boundaries between, and Kosovo was a part of Serbia, but I think that in many ways, I have to say this sadly, that at the moment the United States is not really helping in terms of trying to resolve this issue with Vučić and what the Serbs are trying to undo that came as a result of what had been a terrible genocidal cleansing that the international community condemned. And I think we have to keep it very much front and center and recognize the fact that these are a group of people that want to have their independence and want to operate democratically. And I'm very proud that NDI is there. I was there and I've met a lot of them. And so I do think that it's important. Thank you for asking it, and thank you for all your help on it.
Well, thank you for everything you've done. The progress wouldn't have been possible without you. And it's just you can travel around the world. I have, and you certainly have, many times, and you won't find a country that greets Americans with such a fanfare as Kosovo. I've never seen any other country where they love Americans, appreciate Americans, are grateful to what we did in 1999 to prevent genocide from happening on the face of Europe once again. And it just it breaks my heart when we seem to be sort of turning our backs on these people and going down a different path. But I'm sure we'll be covering a lot of that in the Foreign Affairs Committee this year and next as well.